Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today in our cybersecurity class, we are focusing on Python and we'll be doing something very simple. So we are going to be using a function with multiple parameters. Then we'll try to check the login username, we'll just test it. So we want to do something to test functions. We defined functions in the last class, what the function is, how you can use a function. Use something very simple to understand what the function is, because with function you can write a block of code and use it anywhere, more than once. So let's write something very simple. Now we're going to define a function. So let me create this nano. Let's call the function login underscore check dot py. So I always advise you follow me along exactly. Now let's start off by defining the first thing is to define. So we're defining check underscore login. Then we put in the parameters there. The parameters we'll put there now will be username and password. Username and password. Okay. Then once you do this, always remember to put your semicolon. You do this, indent. You are indenting in two ways. Either you do this with your tab, or you go four spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. With four spaces, we can now decide to do, so write this valid underscore username. Now let the valid username be, so you have to use this to practice anyway. Valid username, let it be admin. You can't use this in a real world scenario, just for practice. And let valid password. So we are giving two variables, 1, 2, 3, 4. Valid password, valid underscore password equals to. So we don't use this kind of password in the real world scenario, generally speaking. Just for test. Password 1, 2, 3. The next thing we want to do now is to write our if statement, and our if statement will still be indented 1, 2, 3, 4. So our if statement now is if username, we are comparing username is equal to valid underscore username. So, and yes, password is equals to valid underscore password. So because we wrote an if statement, we have to use the semicolon. So remember indentation is very powerful because it's still part of this statement here. So press enter. When you press enter, since we have given it an if statement, we have to indent that also inside. So remember I did 1, 2, 3, 4, right, to get here. I have to do my 1, 2, 3, 4 again to go inside, and you say return. So if this correct, so if they checked, we use double equal to here because we want to compare whatever you impute as your answer with the valid username, which is a variable and the answer is admin. So in case a person uses username as admin and password as password 1, 2, 3, yes, return login successful. So you're going to return login successful. But if the person didn't do that, else let's return something else. So now we're returning login successful. All right. Then if it doesn't return, if it's, then else. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4. We are using if and else on the same indented line. Else the semicolon start on the next line. So this x2 will be indented. Return a username or password is incorrect. Okay, so this is very simple. Then press enter. Let's now call the function now. The function I want to call now will say username equals to so you are going to impute the username input, so we write enter your username, then password will also be an input. This input will allow you to input function will allow you to write an input. So you put enter your password. Okay, so I think that's good. Then this will allow you to write your username and your password. The next thing we want to do is to return the result. So you write something like check underscore login, then you put your, you're just copying exactly what you have as your function. Username, password. So try you don't make a mistake. You might just do a copy and paste from the, you might go up, just do a copy and paste from here. Just do copy and paste and go down. So, but just check that you didn't make a mistake. So that's the results. Then press enter. I think this one, the result will just load in the. Next we want to do now is to tell it to print the results. Print results. Alright, then we have that. So basically that is what we have. Let's test it. If we didn't make any mistake, control. So just check through for me. We have defined, this is the explanation. We have defined this. Check underscore login, username. We put the parameters username and password. This is the valid username admin. Oh, see, there's a mistake here. Valid username admin. If everything you wrote is correct, then just run. So we are doing control O, press enter, control X, then you can do Python 3, then we do our name, login underscore check .py. So it's asking write a username. So let me write the first one admin, then make mistake for the second one, password. Username or password is incorrect. So, and it loops out straight away. So if I do Python 3 login underscore check .py, okay, Python 3 login underscore check .py. Let me write the right thing now. Admin and password 123. Login successful. Good. So this is a very simple example. You can try it on your own.